What's going on, everybody? TheKennyDubz coming at you with another Pokemon Masters video. If you guys are enjoying, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, support. Now, today we're going to be looking at the message from Pokemon Masters team number 23. I went over this briefly on stream already, but I figured I'd make a video on it as well. So, as if they just rolled out recently, a few hours ago at this point, app update for July. Triple feature Poke for a Scout for 72 hours only. Signature Suit Red and Charizard, Signature Suit Blue and Blastoise, Signature Suit Leaf and Venusaur. The banner's fine. The only problem with it is that it's only going to be live for 72 hours. Now, it's going to be an issue for some people because you obviously won't be able to accumulate resources if you don't have enough to pity the unit that you wish, or if you like pity it, or maybe you were unlucky and you were trying to gather up gems. So it's unfortunate for the people that don't have them, but if you already have them, it's a pretty easy skip. Nice banner. Let's get the Kanto trio. Signature Blue and Blastoise is still arguably one of the best supports in the game. Red and Charizard still just do lots of damage, and Leaf and Venusaur, they're just nice utility. Good for Toxic Stall, Debilitation, and Last Potion as well. Pretty nice. Here was something that was kind of surprising to me. Evelyn and Entei added to the BP Sync Pair Super Voucher Exchange. It's going to be a little bit more relevant once we get a little later on, but Evelyn and Entei, a Fire-type Master Sync Pair, will be added to the BP Sync Pair Super Voucher System, Super Voucher Exchange menu. Also on August 8th, 11 p.m., after Champion Stadium switches, regions, battle points will be added as additional rewards. We'll be taking this opportunity to try Master Mode if you haven't yet. Now, this is huge for a multitude of reasons. One, now through Master Mode, we're going to be able to get BP as well, so that will expedite, our acclimation of BP, and we will be able to reach the Master Pairs much sooner, because as it currently stands, you need, I think, 10,000 points, 10,000 BP in order to get a Master Pair. And if you have not missed a day yet, I think in like the 3,800 area. Unfortunately, I've missed a few days, so I'm a little bit behind. But obviously, we're not close. We're still under halfway there, not even a fourth of the way there, in order to get our first Master Pair from the BP Exchange. So this is really, really good. And Evelyn and Entei, that's going to be really interesting. I know a lot of people probably don't remember who Evelyn is. She's from the Battle Maison in X and Y. And she has an Entei, I think, in her rematch. I don't remember if it's her rematch or for her first battle she has Entei. But that's be pretty interesting. Personally, I wanted either one of the did one of the stat trainers? No, I think attack was Lucario. I guess it could still give him. Who can give him Entei, because some of the other stat trainers have access to to legendaries, Raikou, Cresselia, things like that, or Molly Hale from the Pokemon movie. That would be a nice fit for it. But if I remember correctly, something about we're not going to be using like anime exclusive characters. So Evelyn was probably the one of the better picks for Entei. We're gonna have to see what Entei does, because I checked in the game when I was streaming and I didn't see anything pertaining to it yet. I have to wait for the data mine as well, because I have not seen any information pertaining to that. So I want to know what this Entei does, because another the fire type sync pair would be pretty nice. And assuming Entei is going to be physical, access Sacred Fire, Extreme Speed, something nice. I don't know. I don't even know what it's going to be, but I'm excited for Entei to come, and the chance to obtain more BP will be nice as well. The PML arc of the main story concludes, so we're beginning the conclusion to the final arc of the main story. The main story will be updated July 29th, so 3 days from now at 11 p.m. Bring us a long-awaited final round of the PML tournament. A highlight of this event is finding out how Blue feels on his path to victory in the PML, and how Red responds to his feeling for the finals. That's it. They will mark the conclusion of the PML arc of the main story, but we're working on a new story arc that will begin after it. If they just stop working on the story after this, I would be very, very concerned, considering how well this game does in terms of revenue, and like Pokemon, like people love Pokemon. We'll be sure in the next we'll share details about the next story arc in our next message. So we hope you enjoy. Lear takes the lead solo event that begins on July 29th, so 3 days. So in 3 days we will get access to the end of the story arc, the current story arc, and a Lear solo event, and climax of the PML arc. So Another big thing about this this update, solo event, Lear takes the lead. Lear takes the lead solo event will begin July 29th, 2021. At the time, Lear, Rachel, and Sawyer will appear in the Sync Pair Scout. This wording is very good. Sync Pair Scout means they will be available all the time. They're not limited. If they were limited, that would be really bad on their part, I feel, because they're like, I don't really want to say antagonist, but like, it's like your main rivals for this. Well, I mean, it's Paolo too, but eventually we'll get Lycanroc Dusk and we'll get him as a Sync Pair maybe. But yeah, so it'll be in the pool all the time. It's pretty interesting. And based on what I read on stream, I really like these 3 Sync Pairs. So Lear and Hoopa, have 3 passive skills that can reduce the Sync move countdown, allowing them to quickly use their Sync move. 1 passive that reduces the Sync move countdown when they enter the battle. I forgot what that's called. We have that already though. The Sync move countdown that has a chance of reducing a countdown when a move is successful. We have that passive already as well. And a 3rd one that reduces the Sync move countdown the first time they use a Sync move. That one I think is Adrenaline. I don't remember the name of the first 2. Is it Leg Up? I think, no, Leg Up has a chance when you enter battle, I believe, that Lisa and Rotom have. But regardless, he's going to be a Sync machine. The thing is, though, I think he was support when we got to play him in story, wasn't he? So it'll be interesting to see what other things he's going to have in his kit. Also, the power of their Sync move, Singularity Hyperspace Hole, increases when none of the target stats have been raised. Their Snatch move raises the speed. Return the target stats to normal and raises the user stats so you can use it before using the Sync move to do even more damage. So it'll be another Sync pair with Snatch. I don't know if it's going to be Psychic or... Oh, wait. Psychic or Ghost. It'll have Snatch. Wait, hold on. Yeah, because Super Unbound is Psychic Dark. This one's Psychic Ghost. Hyperspace Hole, I believe, is Psychic. Yeah, Hyperspace Hole is Psychic, so this is going to be a Psychic Sync pair. I'm interesting to see what category they're going to put him in, you know, Sync. I'm sorry, not Sync. Striker, Support, or Tech. It sounds kind of techy right now, at least with Snatch and the Sync move countdown. That'd be interesting. I was thinking Support when I was, because that's what he was in the story, I believe. And we got to use him. And then, like, I saw this, I was like, wow, if he's Support and he's EXable, like, this is going to be, like, great for pre-sync clears for Master Mode and Champion Stadium, just because you'll be able to reduce sync move countdown by so much and then get into, you know, launching off another sync move as well. Next I have Rachel and Umbreon. I was a little upset because we just got Karen and Umbreon, although Rachel has been using Umbreon the entire time. But Umbreon is also my favorite Pokemon, so I'm all in for that. Also, you get more Erica Lindbeck voicing Rachel, so, you know, that's always nice. Rachel and Umbreon are a support sync pair that have a move called Hello, which restores one ally's HP by approximately 60%. Movestats, conditions, and interference inflicted on that ally and grants them the Enduring effect, and if they have a sync buff, grants a gradual healing effect. With all these effects, Rachel and Umbreon show they really excel at healing. So that's just off of on her trainer move. So restore 60% HP, remove stats, conditions, and interference inflicted on that ally. I'm assuming that means like trapped, flinching, things like that. So like it fully cures you. Grants an enduring effect, so you'll hold on with 1 HP unless you get hit with the sync move, and gradual healing, which is really nice. We don't know anything else about Rachel and Umbreon right now, but I'm looking forward to them. Like I said, I'm a bit biased because my favorite Pokemon is Umbreon, and I'm also a fan of Erica Lindbeck, who voices Rachel. But it'd be interesting to see what they bring to the table, and another support, you know, EX support pairs, pretty nice. And if I get both of this, I could just have 2 Umbreons in one team. Next up, Sawyer and Honchkrow. I was really excited to see this because I like Honchkrow. Although, at the same time, I was a little bit disappointed because he doesn't get his busted Beware from the Battle Villa that always seems to do massive damage for no reason. Anyway, Sawyer and Honchkrow have a move called Forever Loyal that raises all allies' attack and special attack by 2 stats. That's 2 stat ranks. Raises their defense and SPDF by 1 stat rank, and applies move acceleration to allied field of play. That is pretty fat, right? So you get +2 attack, +2 special attack, and then +1 defense and +1 SPDF. Now that's going to be really good for sync pairs such as, what is it? You don't really use Lear and Meganium as a DPS, but it'll power up their sync move. I believe Summer Marnie and Grimmsnarl sync move also gets powered up the more stat boosts they have, so that's going to be pretty big there. They also have a passive skill that has a chance to raise all allies' defense when attacking, and another passive that has a chance to raise all allies' defense when attacking. So, Sawyer is just out here, just making sure he's actually just team player, team player Sawyer, and making them a support sync pair that can bolster both the team's offensive and defensive capabilities. Sawyer on paper sounds really good as well. The thing that I was thinking about with this, with his trainer move, Forever Loyal, I was thinking it might only have one use because of how stacked it is, but since it also excels, well, yeah, maybe one, because Sycamore only has one use of his sync move as well. Or I'm sorry, his trainer move. So, and again, I'm looking forward to seeing what else you have. Like maybe you have Dire Hit All, so like you're just like a pretty nice thing. But if you have two, oh man, two and an MP refresh, oh that's gonna be spicy. You have Die Hit All to raise the crit as well would be pretty nice. Yeah, scroll down a little bit more. New event, daily type rotation, type team up. Starting August 4th, a new type of event, daily rotation, type team up will begin. In this event, you can take on sync pairs of all 18 types. Types will rotate daily and be featured, such as challenge flying type, challenge rock types, etc., etc. By completing each battle, you can gain gems and items used for training, including tomes, codex for each type, so be sure to give this a try. This is a nice way to get resources. I don't know if it's going to be like a daily thing for the gems once you've completed all 18 types. If it's like the current thing we have now for the BP, I'm all for it. If it has gems that way, I don't think you'll get gems after you do one of each of the 18 types, but you know, we'll see. Also, each time a new battle is added, you'll be able to enjoy special conversations with sync pairs in the Pokemon Center, so I hope you look forward to this event. That's pretty nice too, just being able to talk to different sync pairs. Next up, we have Faulkner and Swellow's debut. Now, I know a lot of people are upset that Faulkner didn't have Noctowl, but he didn't have Noctowls in the game either. He had a Pidgeotto. However, in his rematch, he did have access to a Swellow, so him and Swellow seem like a pretty decent pair. Although, I think Winona and Swellow would have been better than Winona and Pelipper, but off the top of my head, I can't think of who else would be with Pelipper, as they're both Gen 3 birds. But anyway, on August 4th, Faulkner and Swellow will make their debut in the sync pair. Scout, Faulkner and Swellow can use them with Fly to temporarily lead the battle, causing most opponents' moves aimed at them to miss. Also, they have three passive skills that have an effect. If an opponent's move misses, one passive skill has a chance to restore their HP. Another passive skill recharges the move gauge. A third passive skill raises the speed of all allies. With these passive skills, Faulkner and Swellow would be great at supporting allies while avoiding attacks. So this makes me think support or maybe tech. I'm more leaning towards support for Faulkner. Also, these two, the second and third passives seem to be guaranteed. With first one only has a chance to. It says has a chance to restore HP. So you will get one move gauge back, and you will get your speed raised when an attack misses. Interesting that they went with support for Faulkner, I guess. Because when I think Swellow, because I think, you know, like I play Pokemon competitively, I think Swellow, you know, is offense, because it's really fast and it has decent attack stat. I would prefer if it was a offensive Pokemon, like a striker, maybe a tech pair, but this could also be like you know, a support pair with DPS potential, which would be pretty interesting as well. But I'm also a fan of Swellow, so that's pretty nice. Run up to 2-year celebration. Pokemon Masters EX will celebrate its 2-year anniversary at the end of August. Thank you so much for your support throughout the 2 years. From changing up to app Pokemon Masters EX to the new kind of like Champion Stadium, we launched some major updates throughout the year, and we're preparing various updates that will make this year's anniversary as exciting as last year's. Share information about what you can expect at the end of August in our next message. And today we'll tell you about the run up to the 2 years celebration, which begins August 11th. Max Move debut. We mentioned in the previous message that we were working on bringing Max Moves to the game. This feature will be launched as super powerful Max Move. The first sync pair to have Max Moves will debut in a run up to 2-year celebration. Each sync pair that has a Max Move will only be able to use their Max Move once during battle at any time. If a sync pair has more than one Max Move, they will still be able to use their only be able to use one Max Move per battle. Plus, each Max Move has various additional effects, so you'll be able to think about whether you want to use them to deal a lot of damage or activate the effects based on the flow of battle. Of course, sync pairs that have Max Moves will also be able to use a normal sync move as well. The reason why sync pairs on past token dynamics will be revealed in the Howling Shield of Eternity Legendary event, which we'll discuss below. There will only be one sync pair that can use max move debuting in August, so more will be on the way, so stay tuned. More will be on the way, stay tuned. So, a lot of people are speculating that the Galar pairs would get access to Dynamaxing. And people were wondering how you'd implement that in the game, because Dynamaxing is like legitimate Pokemon getting really, really large and taking up a lot of space. But I think this works out really well, just giving them access to a max move, right? So you don't actually get the full Dynamax, you just get access to a to their max move. We're only gonna get access to one Pokemon that will be able to use a max move right now. So we don't know what that's gonna be at the moment. Though it'll play Sword and Shield. You know that Zacian and Zamazenta cannot Dynamax, so we know that it won't be Hop or Gloria. However, what I do think is interesting is the implementation of max moves. So how they're gonna like work that in? I guess we're just gonna have to have like either they're gonna change the UI, or they're gonna have it like swap UI. Like you hit something, swap UI, and you'll be able to pick one of the max moves. No, I think they're going to slowly implement the max moves onto the Galar pairs that we have currently, because most of them have 3 different attack types. I think that B is the only one without 3 different attack types from Galar right now. I might be wrong on that. I think she only has Meteor Assault. But only time will tell. But it's interesting that they're going to implement it this way, and that does pave the way for making content a lot easier for us, but also we can get more challenging content as well. And we don't know if the opponents can be able to use Dynamax moves. That'd be interesting. I wouldn't want to deal with it, but it'd be interesting. And here, I spoke about it a bit too early before I scrolled down to it. But Legendary Event Howling Shield of Eternity. Those of you that have played Pokemon, you probably already have an idea by the name Howling Shield of Eternity. Howling Shield of Eternity Legendary Event will begin on August 11th at 11 p.m. In this event, you can team up with a new sync pair, Hop and Zamazenta. Look forward to learning what Hop and Zamazenta can do when the event begins. Now, based on the wording of this sounds like, 1, this should be a free sync pair, because we don't have any free Galar sync pairs yet. And 2, the last legendary Pokemon that was released from Galar was a Pokefair, Gloria. So getting Zamazenta for free is really nice for a multitude of reasons. 1, it's a free Galar sync pair, and 2, new legendary event. So that'll mean that means more gems and everything for people. But the biggest thing is the addition of a Galar pair that's free. So when we get those messages that are hey, bring X amount of Galar pairs, well, you already have one ticked off. And then if you happen to have pulled any of the other ones, you'll be fine for that. I'm interested in seeing what they're going to do with Zamazenta, if it's going to be Striker, Tech, or Support. I'm guessing it probably won't be Striker, because I don't think any of the, at least for the previous legendary events in Pokemon coincide with them, we've not gotten 2 of the same type. And what I mean by that is, like with the Xerneas and Yveltal event, right? Xerneas is Support, while Yveltal was Striker. Although now that I think about it, that's the only one we really got. Yeah, because we don't have Dialga yet. We don't have Giratina. Well, Zacian is more of a defensive Pokemon anyway, so I would it makes me think Support, like Behemoth Bash. It gets +1 defense when it enters a battle. So I personally think Support this is going to be. 2-year run-up special rally starting on August 18th. We'll launch the following part of the 2-year run-up special rally. 3 legendary events rerun. 3 legendary events will return at the same time. These events are New World Dilemma, in which you can team up with Cyrus and Palkia. Give and Take, in which you can team up with Sycamore and Xerneas. Father and Foe, which you can team up with Ghetsis and Kira. That's extremely good for the people who might have missed out. Like I know my friend Kinem, she doesn't have Xerneas or Palkia, and I think she wanted them. I think she did end up getting Ghetsis and Kieran, but for those of you who did not get them, they are really, really good free-to-play sync pairs. So that is fantastic for those of you who might have missed out on them, and for us that already have them, that's a little bit more resources. Special login bonus for up to 9 days. You'll be able to get 400 stamina per day from the special login bonus. Again, just like last year, so we're just getting an additional 200 stamina per day. special missions. You can get 5-star guaranteed scout tickets from incredible rewards from special missions. That's cool, except if you're like me, you keep pulling Chris. I don't dislike Chris at all, but I have her at 5 out of 5, and she keeps appearing in my guaranteed ticket scouts. So it's a little annoying, but I can't complain about a free pull. And also, it is a free 5-star power up, so I mean, I do get something out of it. Training area reward boost rally, blissful bonanza, and Cresselia returns as well in the legendary arena. In addition, we have one more new thing planned for August 18th at 11 p.m. So we'll have to wait and stay tuned for that. It'll be something special, express our gratitude to all of you in support over the 2 years. So be sure to log in August 18th. So that's just gonna be like sounds like a nice freebie. Maybe it'll be 3,000 gems or something like that, so that we can just get like just get a free pull. Oh wait, August 8th. Hold on. Is that before or after? I'm pretty sure that's long after the yeah. Only we have 72 hours. Wait, it doesn't say when this is gonna be up. Oh, this is late July. This is August 8th. Okay. I was like, oh, that might be good for people that might not be able to pull that, but I kind of upset. That's kind of upsetting. Anyway, update in late August. We're finally planning the following updates for late August. Daily login bonus update, 0 stamina consumption for the evolution material area and the sync orb area. Finally. It's been so tedious. I don't have the bottleneck anymore of running out of sync orbs, but when I did back when I first started playing, because of how tedious it would get, but it's really nice to have this. Not taking up stamina. An evolution material area. I mean, outside of like really egg pairs, only a few sync pairs really evolve nowadays. But again, it's nice to have that not take up stamina. So there's that. And daily bot login bonus update. That would be fantastic. Now, if only they could fix like the playing for X amount of time, because those are still at like 10 gems. Like I think I'm on my way to like the 730 day mark, and it's like, woo, I get 10 gems for that. Thanks, game. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. And this letter update. Let me know what you guys are most excited for or looking forward to for the 2-year anniversary. If you're gonna pull on any of the banners, what you think of the new sync pairs.